This video, I'm going to kind of go over the fingers for animation that you were looking into, because that you had some questions about. Okay, so this is the new rig, you know, the new controllers that, you know, when you went in and you deleted in the outliner, you know, the human IK controllers, and then you selected the animation rig, you know, and you replaced all the controllers, you know, you did all this. So that's where we are here. I just have the human body hidden. Okay, so you were asking about the fingers. How can you animate the fingers, and how can you animate each joint on the finger? Okay, so there's this way, you know, where you, like I said, you can click on this controller. It's actually a locator, and you can simply move it. Whoops. You can simply move it by moving it that way. You can see it all bends the right way, or you can grab it and move it. Now it's actually rotating the joints. It's rotating the joints. It is not doing translation animations at this point. So you can grab the finger and you can move it around like that. Okay, so there's that way. And then you asked about individual joints. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so there was that way. Now what if you grab this joint here on the end by itself? Oh, it's locked. You have to grab the locator thing by clicking like on there, and then you can grab it. You can bend it, which I'm sure you already know that. Okay, so how do you do the individual knuckles that you were talking about? So if you want to rotate an individual knuckle, you can just come in here and select a knuckle and hit the rotate, you know, which is that's the E key on your keyboard, and then you can rotate the knuckle that way. Instead, if you wanted to do it that way. So if you were going to make an animation, I don't think you can. Yeah, see, these are locked where you can't physically move them using the move tool. You have to rotate these. This you move it by actually moving instead of rotating it. If you just rotate it, oh, I guess you can rotate it that way too. You can use the rotate on these. Now these red things right here, these they should theoretically be considered locators, but they're being used for controllers. Okay, so you just click on that, and you can either rotate it to make the finger bend, or you can actually use the move tool. It's the move tool, and you can just move. Oops. You can move it to get to the position you want. Okay. So if I were to make an animation, I'd probably first do a keyframe on frame 1. Let's see. Animate. Here's my set key settings that I'm using, and you would hit apply, and now there's a keyframe there, and let's make then go to 14 and apply there. So let's make a quick loop animation, and then you would you can bend it like that and hit apply. And then if we run our animation, oh, got to change this to 14. So that displays 14 to 14. Here we go. Here's our little animation of our finger, wiggling back and forth. Okay. Or we could, I'm going to Control Z out of this. So we get back to the start. Okay, now we're back to no keyframes, no nothing. If you wanted to use a rotation animation, you would just, like I said, on keyframe, apply, apply, come here, apply, and now if we change this to 14, there's our animation. So that's how you would animate the fingers. Now, if you were doing a static pose, what I would have done is, say we want the static pose to be there. So what I would do is I could delete this pose. Oops, delete, come on. Why isn't it deleting? I should be able to delete that. That's weird. Okay, well I can copy this and come here and nothing to paste from. That's weird. That's not working the way it should be. I should be able to copy this and to paste it there, but it's not doing that, and it's not letting me delete it either. No. Time slider key. It should let me delete this. I don't know why it's not allowing me to delete this. So I'm going just to Control Z back. Okay, so if I was going to create a pose, you know, I would, you know, create your keyframe, your original, you know, with the fingers in the default positions. Then I might come here, you could even go to frame 2, click on frame 2, rotate it, and key it. And then you could, you don't have to key the last frame, but there. So now it's just going to go to that pose. And then when you upload it, I think you can either, no, you might, yeah, you'll have to, in the upload window, tell it to you know, to do the static pose, you would tell it to start and finish would be like 50%, which would be frame 7, and then you would get a static pose. I think you do still have to export out frame 1. I'm pretty sure. So you would go MayaStar, let's see, exporters, 1.5, 1 to 14, apply, yes. Okay, I'm going to pause the video. Okay, so here I am on the beta test grid, and I got my avatar in the T-pose, although the wrists and the fingers, as you can tell, they're not, it's a pose, but they're actually free to move. So, okay, so I just exported, you see how the wrist is bending. So I just exported out that BVH. Now I'm going to go to Upload, Animation, and it was Delete Me 6. Okay, now this is the great thing about oh shoot, yeah, I can't override. I'm on Firestorm. Is that the Firestorm viewer allows you to actually see the poses. See, instead of having a little window that shows you what's going on, you can actually see what's going on. So here, let me go. If I go frame 0 to 0. No, we'll do it. Maybe it's frame 1. Frame 1. Oh, well, let me do frame 1. Let's see. Oh, is it still playing? Hold on. Oh, come on. This worked just a minute ago. Okay. Frame world. Stop. Okay. Appearance. Reset. Skeleton and animation. Okay, so here we go again. Okay, so we go advanced. Not advanced. Build. Upload. Animation. Delete V6. You see how the finger went down? Okay. And if I stop. Okay, so how you'd upload this is you'd go to frame 7. Actually, you can go and you can even go frame 2 if you wanted to, but 50-50. So anyway, so frame 7 or frame 2. Frame 2, the finger was already bent, and you'd upload it as a loop, and you can see it. There it is playing. And so good. So let's see what it looks like. Okay, let's say finger animation 1. Give it a little bit higher priority. Doesn't really matter. Okay. Upload. Okay. Finger animation 1. Reset skeleton. Okay, so now I'll play T-pose, and now I'll play the finger animation. Boom. There you go. Okay. Okay, so now let's do a different animation. Let's do. I'm going to undo this. Okay, so let's make this animation. Okay, so I'm just going to hit the S key on my keyboard because that's my shortcut, is S, to keyframe it so it goes a little faster. So I keyframe it in its default position, and then I could come here to frame 2 and bend it. Whoops. It doesn't like that. I can bend it like that. Dang it. Come here. There we go. And I could keyframe that and keyframe it there. So now we have this pose here. And that's what it looks like there. Okay, so I always put it back into frame 1 before I export out, although I didn't last time and it worked just fine. And exporter, export 1.5, 1 through 24. I'm just going to rewrite over that. Click apply. Okay. Okay. And that exported out. And if I come back here, I just want to see if this will work now. If I go here and go delete, and it worked. It didn't work on it. I don't know why it didn't work before. See, then I should be able to copy this and paste it there, and it worked. I don't know why it wasn't working before when I was copying and pasting. Like I could copy this frame and paste over this frame, and then we would get an animation that does that. Okay, so okay, wait. So okay, so now I'm going to reset the skeleton again. Oh, gotta stop animation first. Okay, so let's do this one now. So if we go build, upload animation. 6. Let's do the same thing. 6, 7. Come on here. Get out here. 7. Loop. Finger. Animation. 2. And you can already see it looks fine. See how it's, here we go. Okay, and we'll upload. Let's reset the skeleton again. Okay, and we'll come here to the T-pose. And we'll come here to animation 2, and there it is. Whoops. Anyway, you can see there's the finger. And how close does that look to exactly the same. It's exactly the same. Because the mesh body you're seeing that I'm wearing in World is the same exact body. You know, this mesh body here. Oh, come on, you. There we go. Okay, and now let's make a quick animation. Hold on. Okay, so let's export. Okay, so this is the finger animation that I made just a minute ago, right? In fact, we can actually slow it down a little bit. What we could do is we can copy that frame. Let's put it on frame 7, paste, and we can get rid of this frame there. So it's the finger a little bit slower. There we go. Okay, so like I said, I always like to put it back on frame 1 before I export out. I don't think it's absolutely necessary, but you can. I always do. Exporters 1.5, and we're going to do 1 through 14. Okay, these are the settings that I'm using. Click OK. Replace the one that was already there. Yep. Okay, it's exported out. Now I'm going to. Okay, so now we're back in here. I'm going to stop the T-pose animation. And let's reset the skeleton. Oh, that's because I forgot to stop that animation. There we go. That second animation was playing. Okay, so let's do build, upload, animation. Delete these 6. And if we do it as a loop, so you can see it. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so we'll, let's do it on 2. Doesn't really matter. It's not. There's no other animations playing, so I didn't have to give it a bigger, a higher animation. So if we go finger animation 3. Actually, let's give this the highest one. And it's going to start. It's 14 frames long. Actually, let's start it with frame 1. So it's 1 through 14. And how does that look? Yeah. Circle probably would have been fine. See if we did 7 through 14. It'd look like that. Looks like she's got a scratch. Okay, So let's do 1 through 14 and upload. Okay, there's 3 now. Okay, let's do the T-pose. And now play the animation. And it looks exactly as it did. Let's stop here. And I think this one, yeah. See, because this was, I upload this with a higher priority. Oh, stop. Okay. Because this one has a higher priority, it overrides. See? Okay. Stop. Stop. Okay. So let me pause it. Okay, so just to show you, it's the same animation. So that's how you do finger animations. So you can rotate one of these. So just rotate these joints separately, and don't forget you can turn on this keyframe here, auto key. See, so if I turn this on, this means as soon as I rotate this, it creates a new key. See, I can do it all the way to there, and then you see it. Oh, I should have. Maybe it doesn't auto key rotations. I would have thought it would have. You learn something new every day. So I guess I would have had to hit the S on my keyboard. Now it should work. Oh, it didn't really like that at all, did it? No, it didn't. Okay, well, anyway, you get the basics. Okay, so I'm going to pause it. I'm going to get the next part of the video set up so I can show you how to fix the hands on the male avatar, because it's going to take me a while to get it out on the update. And in the meantime, I know you want to get out and start making animations for the male avatar. So let me get that set up and I'll be right back. Okay, so to fix the male avatar, let's activate the male bento first. Okay, oh, and I had messed up this. Joint size. There we go. Okay. So you have your bento avatar first, which I'm sure you already know how to do this. And then animate bento male. Okay. But here's the problem that you showed me, that these are off. They're not in the right spot. So if I hide his body and I want to get rid of these controllers, because you're going to already, because you already know that if we try to animate these, they get all, whoops, really messed up, the fingers. You can see how they're totally messed up. Which is what you showed me. So how do you fix it? Okay, I'm going to get rid of these controllers, these old controllers, because I know you're not using them. So human IK, delete, get rid of that. Okay, I'm going to hide the body. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to move. This is the animation rig, right? This is the animation skeleton. We need to move all the fingers and the bones to match up with the real skeleton bones. See how they're off? So how do we do that? Okay, so what you do is you select, okay, first thing you need to do is you need to create a locator. We're going to use the locator to snap the stuff to. So what you do is you come here to create, come down here to locator, click on locator, and what that did is that created a locator down here. And so you're going to want to snap this locator. If this is one of these are yellow, you want to click on the middle here so that you don't have, if you have that selected, it'll only go left and right, but we don't want it just to go left and right. So we want to click there in the middle just to get rid of that. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to snap that to the wrist joint right here. And it's a little difficult to see. See the wrist joint. We want to snap it to right to there. So let's select the locator again. There's the locator. I'm going to hold down the V key, and that temporarily turns on the snap to point tool, and then I'm going to put my mouse over the wrist there, and I'm going to hold down my middle mouse button and just drag it a little bit, and it will snap. It'll snap to there. So that, okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring back the animation skeleton back, and I'm going to click on the wrist for the M wrist left for the animation skeleton, and then I'm going to drag, I'm going to put my cursor, mouse cursor near the locator, hold down the middle mouse button, and then, oh, see, that's what happened. See how this was yellow? I need that. Okay, then hold down my middle mouse, hold down the V key, and snap it. So now this wrist here is exactly where this wrist was. That's all the job that the locator was for, just so that we snap this wrist, the animation skeleton wrist, to where this wrist used to be. Okay, and okay, so now I'm going to move the locator. Whoops. Let me select the locator and move it out of the way. Okay, so, but you can still see that these bones are offset. Like the wrist bone there, it needs to be here, but you can't just move it. It's, I wonder, well, yeah, you don't want to just move it. I guess you could snap it. And then you would select that one and hold down the B key and snap it there. And there. And let's see, that's the problem. There we go. Oh no, not there. There. The other way to do it would be to, now I'm not sure if this is going to work. Dang it. Come on, get back there. I meant to grab this. Yeah, see how it snapped back? So you can't just grab the bone, hold down the V key, oops, sorry, and snap it. That ain't going to work. What you have to do is you have to go here to, I think you got to select this bone. You have to select the real skeleton bone. And then you have to come here to Attribute, and come here, see where it says Wrist Constraint, and change this to, then you got this Parent Constraint. See, these are the offsets. So you gotta go 0, 0, 0. So that these are 3, 0. Do not change this one. See, now, if we rotate, it doesn't snap. Okay, so let's undo that real quick. Get this back to 0, to where it's flat. Okay, so you got to take, get the wrist. You don't. It doesn't have to be the move tool. You just have to make sure that you have the wrist selected, and change the constraint to 0, 0, and 0. And then you have to do that for each bone. 0, 0, 0. Zero, zero, zero. 0, 0, 0. Zero, zero, zero. So all I'm doing, and theoretically you shouldn't even have to, let's see, will this work? I'm hitting 0, then hitting the tab key to move on to the next one. 0, tab, entering 0, and then hitting tab. That's why it's going down to this one. But I don't hit enter or anything because I don't want to change this. And so it doesn't matter what order you do it in. And I'll just do this hand here. I won't bother doing the other hand. But I want to make it this one because I need to show you what it will look like. Because see, if you don't... Oh, sorry. That's a channel box. I want the channel box. Okay. Let's see. If I do the upper body... See, these look fine. The first 3 fingers look fine. But this finger and the pinky finger, they're all still messed up. See, they're not lining up with these. Okay. Here, go to there. 0, 0, 0. 0, 0, 0. Oh, oh, something happened. Oh, 52. Somehow got 52 in there. Come on. There we go. 0. Okay. 0, 0, 0. 0, 0, 0. 0, 0, 0. And last but not least, 0, 0, and 0. Okay, so now the hand is properly aligned. And this is properly aligned. So, although if we rotate this, is this going to snap out of? No. Okay, good. What if no, that's, oh, that's because I've got the wrong skeleton. Duh. I don't want that skeleton. The skeleton. No, good. It's not snapping. I was afraid it might snap back to the wrong spot, but it's not. So good. Okay. So now that you have, the skeleton, I'm going to pause it real quick. No, I already showed you how to animate the fingers. So that's how you fix the hand, and then you would just do the same thing for the hand over here. You know, you would take the locator, get the locator, hold down the V key, middle mouse button, put the locator there, and then you would grab the wrist there, hold down the V key, and snap it to there. Now we don't need the locator at all. And you would just go through the same process. That will fix the hands so that you'll be able to have the fingers and animate the fingers the way they should. So, but I wanted to get this video out to you so that you could fix it yourself very quickly because I don't know when I'm going to get the next update out. I'll probably do a video of this so that if other people want to fix the fingers, they can. Or maybe I'll put this video up for everybody to watch. I don't know. So, so that if they're having problems animating the fingers, they can learn. So, anyway, I hope this helps you out, and that, you know, I hope it helps you out, and it helps you with the finger animations. Like I said, I never ever, if you're doing finger animations, never use Exporter 1.6. because that might mess up the translations. You only ever want to make finger animations with rotations only. And 1.5 exports out rotations only, except for on the M pelvis bone, or then it will do rotation and translation animations. Which, if you're doing, well, this isn't constrained. Normally, you'd constrain this. I showed you in another video how you constrain or parent the avatar skeleton, the animation skeleton, to this controller here, so that you can move the avatar around in 3D space. So anyway, so you want to use 1.5 or the newer versions, because I might have an older version of MayaStar installed. The newer version of Exporter, I think it's 1.5.1. It's either on my website, or I may have already updated MayaStar to have 1.5.1. So I might actually be having a slightly older version of MayaStar installed on this computer, or on this version of Maya. So anyway, so that's it. If you do go and let's see, if you do have Exporter 1.5, should say 1.5.1 here. If it says 0.1, you're good. If not, go to where you downloaded Genie MayaStar from, the website, and you can download BVH Exporter 1.5.1. That fixes a bug that I had before, but I'm pretty sure I thought I could have swore I updated it, MayaStar, to where it now has 1.5.1, because there's a bug in this particular one. It has to do with well, anyway, but I fixed that bug, but it wouldn't interfere with finger animations, I don't think, the particular bug. But anyway, go there and get, if you don't see 1.5.1 when you open up this viewer, Exporter 1.5, go to the website, download it. You can get the BVH Exporter for free there with no problem. It's on the same download page, but it all works pretty much the same. It just has the bug fixed in it. But I thought I updated. I guess I just didn't install the latest version of MayaStar onto this version of Maya. So, but I'll have to double check that. So, anyway, so I hope this helps, and yeah. So I hope this helps you and anybody else out there that might be watching this, how to make finger animations. And that's about it. Thanks. Bye bye. Oh, I almost forgot. I knew you were having another problem. Okay. So, well, let's give her a head. Where's her head? Window, head for female. Okay. So, another problem that some people have had, or one person, one or two, anyway, is the elbow. Okay. So if we were going to make an animation, right? And say we were going to put a keyframe there. Oops, let me get this out of the way. There we go. Keyframe there. And a keyframe there. And say we were going to stop that. Make her elbow bend, right? Something like that, right? And say we're going to keyframe there. So we have this animation like that. Okay, but say you don't like where the elbow is. That's what this controller is for. Is you can adjust the elbow. That's weird. Normally the controller would be right there. Normally the controller would pop up right here. And you can, I don't think you can rotate it. Yeah, I guess you can still rotate it. Whoa. You can rotate or you can move it up and down. It's really weird. I don't know why this is doing this. Normally when you select the controller should be over here. And so you just grab it and you just move it around to re-aim the elbow. You know. And so, so if you wanted it to go up more, that's weird. you would grab the controller, unless there's something. QIK. Where is that skeleton? QIK. That's that one. That's that one. This doesn't work the way I thought it would. The other one, let's see. Yeah, that was some jerk with a loud motorcycle. The old controller would, let me pause this for a second. Okay, so here's, no, what am I doing? No, stop it. Okay, so the old one, oh, come on. Oops. Okay. So there's the animation, right? So you're not happy with the other one. The elbow, you just would control, grab that, and you would just move the elbow where you wanted it to go. You know, you could, it's like you could control it up or down like that, and so that it would control the elbow. You know, like that. See, so it makes a lot more sense. Okay, now. Okay, but that's the old controller. So it's working more like I thought it would work. So let me pause it. Okay, and so if we did the same thing here, set key, set key, set key. Oops, sorry. And I wanted that to go up. Huh, interesting. It moves the whole arm up instead of just keeping it where it was. Of course, that might have to also do with the fact that that this, oops, you can pin certain controls, which I'm not quite sure how to do. See, I know you can pin these. Okay. And it still does the same thing. I know there's a way to pin it. But I can't think how. I don't know this rig, control rig, as much as I do the other one. Oh, there we go. Okay, now we pin the translation and rotation. There we go. I don't know what that's going to do. So you would. So anyway, so yeah, there's a little bit of difference. Yeah, you just move this one up and down, and I don't think you can rotate it, but then that rotates the shoulder. So these are just a little bit different, these elbow controllers. Can't really move them right or left. So anyway, so I hope that helps some people out there. And then if we did what we did before, which was that. So anyway, so I hope that helps some people out there. And this is really the ending of the video. I hope that's helped you. Okay, see you in the next video.